Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shemel Shad Barakathum. I want to first off give all praises, call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shad. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and double shalom to all the Akim out there, the elect. Basically, what we're going to touch on is the word stranger, and that the word stranger, in most cases in the Old Testament, is not just talking about somebody of another nation. When you have understanding, when you read the scriptures with understanding, in some cases that's talking about actual Israelites, and we're going to get that. The first scripture I'm going to get is Exodus 12 and verse 43. And it says, "And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof." Shalak Yahweh. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. This is Exodus 12, verse 43. "And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof." And we're gonna break it down. "But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner," listen carefully, "a foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof." Now, an actual foreigner and a hired servant is not going to eat thereof. All right. It says, verse 46, "In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it." So all the congregation of Israel, the Israelites, are going to keep the Passover. All right. Verse 48, "And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover of the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land." See that? He should be as one that is born in the land. All the strangers were back then. That particular stranger was actual Israelites that were born in another land. It says, "And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn." See, there's one that's homeborn.
Right. If I can say something, just because each tribe has their own lot, you know.
That's right. That's right. "One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you." Okay. "Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they." See that? So that's letting you know that there's Israelites that are born abroad, and if they should come, they should follow the same way that you follow. All right. Because they're Israelites, but they're just not born in the land. And the next one, I'm going to get that to further stamp that. This is Leviticus 19 and verse 33. It says, "And if a stranger sojourn with thee," there goes that sojourning again, "with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him." Okay? "But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be as one born amongst you," shall be as one born amongst you, shall be as one born in that land. Okay? "And thou shalt love him as thyself." Then what are the greatest commandments, right? Love the Most High with all thy heart and soul, all right? And love thy neighbor as thyself. Remember, Leviticus, that was given to the Israelites. It says, "And thou shalt love him." How do you love? Is the keeping of commandments. That's the only way you can love another person anyway. They would have to be an Israelite. "And thou shalt love him as thyself." Because as yourself, you are keeping the commandments. Only people that can keep the commandments are Israel. It says, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your power." See that? "For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your power." We were once, the Israelites went to the land of Egypt, and we were looked at as strangers. But guess what? We were still Israelites. And when you look up that word stranger, it should be the Hebrew word "gar," which means Israelite foreign. So that's the word stranger. Yahweh Shemel Shad Barakathum, double shalom.
Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shemel Shad Barakathum. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, brothers teaching the word of the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shad, across the four corners of the earth, in sincerity and truth. The brother, Zana, you speak about, Gentiles. One of the reasons why we keep on going to this topic is because, it's part of our responsibility as men of the Lord to come out here to shed further light on the reason why you gotta, keep on bringing out the breakdowns over and over, repeatedly. So just, I'm just gonna start back, the curses, because even before the Messiah put the curses on Jake, during the time when they left Egypt, Jake was already scattered abroad. Also, you had Jakes in other foreign land, because you know how Jakes are. They travel around the world, doing business, become slaves, to different masters, and then from there, the seed spreads all over the world. So I'm just going to read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64, just the beginner crash course. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. There thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So that tells you, Jacob was already, serving all the gods, wood and stone, before they left Egypt. So the curses got amplified when, Jacob started going off as a nation. So I'm going to jump further up to Isaiah chapter 11, because now that Jacob knows that, a lot of Jakes know the Israelites now, especially the men of the Lord, the elect. They have a, unction to come out here and preach the word, because, you got to explain to Jake the reason why, you got to talk about the Gentiles. You got to break down certain words in the Hebrew, the Greek, and the Latin. Sometimes, you see a word that says stranger, you're supposed to say, GAR. You might have nakar right there, but that might be a stumbling block. It is a stumbling block to those that don't know. For those that know, you know exactly how to, take that out of the way and put the right doctrine in there. So I'm going to start at Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. Let me go to 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, that's Yahweh Shai, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To eat shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. How's the rest of Yahushua going to be glorious? When it comes to deliver Jake, Yahushua, the second time, all that work that brothers are put in, you're going to see the glory of Yahushua. Then you're going to know the reason why, brothers came out here day in, day out, when it was, stormy weathers, all kind of temperatures. Verse 11, it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time and recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. So that lets you know that, Jacob is all spread out to all the four corners of the earth. It tells in the Old Testament, it tells in the prophecies. It also tells in the New Testament, like when you go into the book of Acts, when it talks about the vision that Paul had, Peter had, concerning Cornelius. And, Jake's, being scattered across the four corners of the earth. Let me just jump down to book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter, Proverbs chapter 15, verse 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge. That's the main point I'm trying to bring out. The second part is, but the heart of the foolish doeth not so. So for a man of law to consider wise, he has to be out here, online, spreading out this gospel, saying out truth, breaking down the scriptures the right way, and then, connecting with brothers, because, you got to answer questions, you got to ask questions, you got to answer questions, you got to test, you got to test the spirits of, the people you come in contact with. And then you also have a quick precept I also want to bring out. I'm just going to jump all the way down to Acts chapter 13, verse 47. Acts chapter 13, verse 47. For so hath the Lord Yahushua commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. That's the responsibility of the man of the Lord. You gotta be a light. I was sure to give you this doctrine to be a light unto you, to keep you out of darkness, so that way you can spread more light across the four corners of the globe through the internet and coming out here on the highways and byways. There's so many scriptures you could bring out. You go into the book of Ezekiel, you go into the book of Revelation. They'll let you know how about the dead bodies being cast over the whole world. When the Spirit of the Most High gets into them, that's when they start to wake up. Go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. You go to several books. In the book of Daniel, lets you know that the Gentiles. And speaking of, most definitely it's always going to be Jake, because without Jake, the world cease to exist, or universe. But because Abba Shimeshah made his promise, as long as Jake is still here, everything's still going to be intact until Abba Shimeshah comes back the second time to recover Jake. Abba Shimeshah, Rabbi Shalom Nakar.
Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Labakarim, Shah peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. I just got a couple more precepts just to go further into the words GAR and NAKAR concerning the Israelite foreigners, which the brothers beautifully had brought up before me. This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am dry there." Now there we know that's talking about an Israelite. When you go in and you look it up, Esau used his trickery and put Nakar, which Nakar means the actual heathen, the actual naturally born person outside of the 12 sons of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, that word that's supposed to be there is Kar. Okay, because when you I said Kar, Salakia, Gar is supposed to be there. All right, which goes back to one of the sons that Moses had by the Egyptian woman, Gershom. All right, Garshom, which means name of the stranger. All right, or name of the foreigner. All right. Now the next scripture I want to get is Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy upon Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Israel. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." So that's how you know those strangers have to be Israelite foreigners. And that word there is Gar, because we're not going to take Israelite foreigners that are cleaving unto us and oppress them. They haven't oppressed us. Okay? It's talking about these other nations. Alright? So when it says the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, meaning they're going to cleave to the elect. Alright? Because all of Israel shall be saved with the everlasting salvation. Okay? So when you look that word up, that word there is actually Gar. Okay, so that's the only scriptures I had, and if, like the brother said, there's plenty other scriptures to go into it, and if the Spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shai is dealing with you in truth and giving you the understanding, you'll be able to discern the context of when it should be Gar and when it should be Nakar. Even in the New Testament Hebrew, when you see ethnos and where it says Gentiles, sometimes you'll see Gar and sometimes you'll see Nakar. Alright, so with that, I hope the elect were edified, and until next time, we'll see Yahweh Shemiah Shai, Barak Atham to you, and Yahweh Shemiah Shai, Barak Atham Lazaquanium to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.